All right, today we're going to start with episode 4. So to start off this episode, I want you to think about all the different ways that you've seen water. Water doesn't always look the same. So here we have some images of water. So we can see water, right? And it definitely looks different. We have a glass of water, looks way different than a waterfall, which looks completely different than a glacier or a snowman or condensation, or when we have a lot of water or moisture in the air. So water definitely doesn't look the same, but it's still water. So I want you to think, what is different about the water in these pictures? How is the water different? Each of these pictures represents a state of matter. We're going to talk about the 3 states of matter. Technically, there are actually 5 states of matter, but we're just going to focus on 3. Do you guys know the 3 states of matter? All right. Solid, liquid, gas. High five if you said that and remember the 3 states of matter. So I'm going to show you 3 different slides. Each slide represents one state of matter. See if you can figure out what state of matter that is being represented by each slide. All right, here is our first slide. So what state of matter do you think each of these represents? Why do you think all of these represent that matter? So what do you think the molecules look like that make up a penny? What do you think the molecules look like if we looked at them underneath a microscope? Or a leaf, or sand, or each individual grain of sand, or a crystal? Do you think the molecules move freely and are moving about freely? Do you think it's easy to separate the molecules in that particular substance? What do you think? How do you think the molecules are moving? Remember, molecules and atoms are always moving. Those electrons are always in motion, moving. So how do you think they're moving? Do you think they're moving really fast? Do you think they're moving slow? Would the state of matter contain more or fewer molecules than the other? So do you think this state of matter has more molecules than another state? Or do you think it has less? All right, let's look at our next slide. Here's our next one. So what state of matter do you think each of these is representing? Solid, liquid, or gas? How do you think the molecules in this state of matter, how do you think they move? Do you think they're rigid and fixed? Do you think they can move around freely? Do you think the molecules are moving fast or slow? Do you think the molecules are packed tight together or spaced far apart? And here's our last slide. What state of matter do you think you're observing here? How do you think the molecules look like in this state of matter? Do you think the molecules are easy to separate or hard to get apart? Do you think the molecules are free to move or they're bound tight to each other? All right, let's look at our first slide. How many of you thought solid? If you thought of solid, give yourself a thumbs up. These are all solid. Some of you might think of the sand and think, well, I don't know that sand is a solid, but it is a solid. If you think of each little grain of sand, right, then it can't really be changed. It's fixed. So solids are rigid, meaning they're fixed. The molecules are really hard to separate. And the molecules are compacted really close together, right next to each other, and that's solid. So solids have a fixed shape, meaning I can't change the shape, right? If I take that chocolate turtle, right, it's still a chocolate turtle, whether I put it in a glass or put it somewhere. Or I have to physically change it in order to get it to be something else. Like we would have to cut that chocolate with a knife, or I would have to heat it up, or I'd have to do something to it in order to change its shape. Solids are going to stay the same shape. They're fixed and rigid, and the molecules are packed really close to each other. Liquids are not rigid, right? Those molecules can move around. I could grab that glass of orange juice and pour it, and that orange juice is going to come sliding right on out of that cup and all over the floor. So the molecules aren't rigid. They're not fixed. They move easily over each other. It doesn't have a fixed shape. A liquid is going to take the shape of whatever it's put into. I could pour a glass of orange juice into a mold of a flower, right? And my orange juice would look like a flower. Or we can put it in any shape of container and it'll just take the shape of that container that it is in. All right, this last one is gas. If you got all three of those correct, air high five. Nice job. So gas is not rigid at all. Gas molecules, when a molecule's in a gas state, right, those molecules are free to move around and they can move everywhere they go. They're not a fixed shape and they don't have a fixed volume, which a fixed volume, like a solid and a liquid, means in essence there's the same amount of stuff in it consistently. It's unchanging. So if you will open up your science packet to page 11, grab a pencil or a pen and let's take some notes. So looking on page 10, you have a 3x3 grid. Up at the top it says solid, liquid, gas. And that first row says illustration. So you're going to draw a solid in that underneath solid in the illustration. And you're going to draw, you can draw one of these if you want, or if you want to think of your own solid, that's completely fine. So draw something that is a solid. You can pause this, remember, whenever you need to. Then for illustration underneath liquid, you're going to draw one thing that's a liquid. You can pick one of these on the slide, or if there's something you want to draw and pick one yourself, that's totally fine. And then for gas, you can draw one of these for gas as well. Now we need to, underneath our illustration, we need to draw what are the molecules doing. So the molecules in a solid, okay, the molecules, what are they doing? They are close, packed, close together. So underneath the solid, you can draw this picture of where we have the solid and it shows what the molecules are doing, meaning the molecules are really close together. So fill that box with a whole bunch of molecules that are tightly packed close together. In the liquid box, under what are the molecules doing, you are going to draw some molecules are close together, some of them are a little bit farther apart, but they're remaining kind of near each other. And then in the gas box, you're going to draw all the molecules far away from each other. They're spaced really far apart. Then down here on the bottom, this is what you're going to write for the characteristics. So the characteristics of a solid is rigid, meaning they're fixed. They're hard to move. They're a fixed shape, meaning it's the same shape, and a fixed volume. It has the same amount of stuff. A liquid characteristics are not rigid, right? A liquid is free to move, but it still, in essence, kind of stays close together. When you pour some water, a glass of water, right? The water all comes flowing out. It's not a fixed shape. The liquid's going to take the shape of whatever container it's in. And it has a fixed volume. So it's not, the amount of it isn't changing. And then a gas is no, not rigid, not fixed shape, and not a fixed volume. Those are the characteristics. So on page 11, you should have a diagram where your what are the molecules doing looks like each of those containers. the molecules, and then the characteristics is the bullet points underneath. Now you have one last question you need to answer. How do the structures of solids, liquids, and gases make them behave the way they do? All right, you're just going to answer that first part of the question. The second part of the question, you can answer that after tomorrow's lesson. We're going to get some background knowledge and understand what is density. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.